Welcome to another episode of the Regular Show. I am Sleepy Melbourne in the building, and we have chapter 19 of Tower of God, Urek'sAscent, and it's a doozy. We start off with Urek floating over the Dolphin Queen, and Evelyn and Lou having a quick conversation about how Evelyn saw someone dressed just like Lou, which gets Lou like all excited and saying, "Hey, who is that person and where is he at?" And Evelyn's like, "Well, he was with me a moment ago, but then he disappeared. We should look for him right away." And Lou is all for that. When they ask Ulrich for help, Ulrich is like, I'm busy kind of right now, but if you guys decide to follow my plan where none of us get any points on the throne and we all just get 0 and that's the way that we pass, then I'll help you. Everybody there agrees to Ulrich's plan, except for the princess, who is still off to the side, but we'll get to her later. So we go to the light bearer and have them help. And so now everybody in a group is off searching for this mysterious gentleman dressed like Mr. Lou. And so Lou asked Evelyn if she had a conversation with the man or if she heard anything or thinks anything about him. And she says no, but makes a kind of like ha 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 face. And so I feel like maybe there's something there, but that's for later and something else that we'll find out. Maybe once we get in contact with Old Boy. But we see the administrators of the test who were worried about the Dolphin Queen and the regulars being basically massacred by them are watching happy that now they are basically on a new path and the Dolphin Queen has kind of been tamed. But they're also thinking that it's interesting that there's so many like peculiar guys in this test. So probably not their norm. They probably just kill a lot of just random people as per their director's orders because he seems kind of crazy. But this year they have low by pay members, the Princess of Zahad, they have Urek, so clearly no one's gonna die. Well, he's not gonna die for sure. But anyone he doesn't want to die is probably not gonna die either. So definitely interested in that. Then we get to see Urek's team, Ron and our long-haired friend, who are basically having a discussion about whether they should go to the throne when our long-haired friend says, hey, there are plenty of other teams hiding around. And so if the enemy teams are hiding, that means they're waiting for someone with the crown so they can basically attack them and try and take it. Ron is saying, hey, we need to do something about that, where our long-haired friend says, hey, we just should wait for Urek. Urek will handle everything, and basically says that's why we both joined him, to just kind of like allow him to handle all the problems and situations. Ron is like, nah, that's not why I joined him. I joined him to be his companion and actually to provide support and help for him. And so after saying that, he decides to go and help, which causes our long-haired fellow to hop up and say, well, let's use our heads and come up with a strategy before we just rush out there. Ron then grabs the top of his head and tries to ask it questions because he's slow, and it's okay. Sometimes you're slow, and I don't know. It just is what it is. It is what it is. But he's like, let's take advantage of this situation and clean up as much as we possibly can. And so the strategy is Ron will wear a handkerchief on his hat that will make the other enemy teams think that he has the crown on his head, and they will go sit on the throne. Doing this causes the first wave of anxiety to go through all the team members. And then secondly, we have our long-haired fellow playing a sound that goes off every minute, which causes the enemy teams to think that this is a countdown, basically acknowledging that they're sitting on the throne, gaining points for this. And so this all goes on for a few minutes before one of the enemy teams can't take it anymore, and an armor-clad woman launches an attack. Attack is easily deflected, and then she decides that since the spear she threw was deflected, she's going to rush in and try and attack close range, which gets her shot in the back. Don't know who shot her in the back, but that is what happened. And so the chaos is now ensuing, which is all a part of our long-haired fellow's plan. He says, now it is time to run. And so with them escaping after they sat on the throne for a few minutes, gaining what people assume to be points, the other enemy teams rush out trying to stop them, which gets them shot again by this sniper. Still no idea who the sniper is, but I think maybe the sniper might be the Princess of Zahad's team member, because he then called her and asked questions, but we'll get to that. Our long-haired fellow says the plan isn't over. We just got to go to the next phase to get rid of everybody. And like I said, we get to see the Princess of Zahad. And also some monster tracks that are leading into a cavern, which is where we think the person that looks like Lou is at. So Urek rushes in there with the group falling behind, while the princess takes a call from one of her team members who is also at the throne room, who has seen this ruse, and calls the princess to ask her if she's found the crown and if she can confirm or not whether they have the crown or not under that handkerchief. She tells him explicitly that it is not under there and that they do not have the crown because the crown is held by the Dolphin Queen, and that she will be on her way right now and pretend to face them and hold them off. And so she's planning to get rid of Urek's team and take them out, which I'm like, girl, why are you still on my man's, like, what's up with you? Like, why you feeling away? Like, chill out. Do something, be better. Be a better person. But she don't want to be a better person. But we get to the gentleman that looks like Liu. Well, he doesn't look like him. He's just wearing the same clothes. Being chased by a whole bunch of bulls, which are these red and black monster things, until he sees the gentleman that has been causing chaos, who killed one of the Ranker and Test administrators. And he looks shocked to see him, but immediately rushes to him saying, Mr. Angel, to which the gentleman says, fuck you. And I'm just like, that is hilarious that that's the response to this. Just F you, bro. What angel or anything? I thought you ran away, but here you were. What a coward. Mr. Angel, so sorry. I got soaked trying to find you. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Looks like you're in trouble. Do you want me to help you out? And after saying that, he slaughters all of the bulls, with the gentleman still basically begging and crying at his legs, where Angel basically tells him, hey, there's another aesthetic here outside of you who's become regular, and you're going to help me catch the guy. He senses Urek coming while he's talking to the boy, and sends the boy away saying, hey, disappear fast, and don't forget what I told you and do exactly what I said, or you'll die otherwise. And now he's planning to face Urek because he thinks that, he's top dog here. He's already killed one Raker, and so now he introduces himself with his true name as Lapis, which is a reference to the lapis lazuli gemstone, and some call me ch.19, which is also a name for a jewel. And that guy isn't he. Maybe he's a part of the Phantomanium group, and since Phantomanium turned all the other light pillars into gemstones, maybe he gave those out to people as power, knowing that ultimately he's still stronger than them, and so he's allowing them to utilize that to further his power inside the tower, which would be an interesting take. I wonder what happened ultimately with this. And since maybe Urek beat Phantomanium, and now that's why he's super focused on getting out of here. But Angel, or Lapis, is talking to Urek saying, for a regular, you go around flying arrogantly. He says, I'll have to, and Urek thanking me, but in his mind saying, I'll have to find out. I am Urek Manzino. Some call me the strongest. And that is how the chapter ends. We are here for a battle, and that is what we are about to get. Hopefully I can get another early chapter. Maybe something else is going to come out tomorrow for me, and I'm gonna let you guys know. But hey, I'm about to drop this ASAP. I love you guys. This has been the regular show. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment below. I'm out of here.